I think we haven't shown our potential today. Even in MSI, I really think we did not show our potential. So I really don't want it to happen again.
Today was the last day of the LEC semifinals in Madrid, and I'm in the presence of Jojo, midlaner of MKOI, obviously, after unfortunately a loss against G2. It felt very uncharacteristic. I'm sure you have a lot of feelings after this, right? What are you thinking? What happened? Why is it 3-0? And was G2 just this far ahead, or did you feel like more like the team had a underperformance today?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure G2 played well today, but I also think we very underperformed today. I think yesterday we showed some of the best league we played all year, and today we just did not even do the very basic fundamentals properly. So I think after we didn't really do the basic fundamentals properly after game one, I'm not sure if the team as a whole was able to recover. Maybe that's what happened. But yeah, I just felt like today G2 played well, so obviously it's going to be harder for us to. They're going to show our mistakes. They played very well, and if we played how we played yesterday, for sure we would have won today, and it would have been a very long series, a very fun series. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened today, to be honest. I felt like I was pretty locked in the games, but still I could have done so much more better. So I'm going to reflect on what to work on for Worlds, because I felt like everything I did before the game, the prep, everything was good. So, there's always going to be times where you can do everything well and still not perform on the day as a team and as an individual. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine for you and the team, it must feel pretty like shocking in a way as well, because you had the crowd on your side as well, right? And I know you've prepared a lot for this. You've won in spring as well. Do you feel like there was anything different from how G2 played compared to back then as well? Because obviously you ended up winning against them last split, and now, even though it felt like the cards were kind of in your hands, G2 stepped up, and obviously there have been a lot of discussions about how they've grown over the splits. Do you agree with that as well, or do you think it's more on you as well?
Yeah, I mean, for sure I give credit to G2. They improved so much. I think them and us are the only teams, to be honest, that really spiked up. Maybe it's because of international experience or momentum or whatever it is. So I give credit to them, because I could see their work ethic, and I can see that they're a very hardworking and smart working team. So yeah, I think they deserve it. I think for us, I think we did a lot of things wrong in this split as players. I wouldn't say it was a bad split. I think we really started fixing our shits during the end, but yeah, we wasted a lot of time in the beginning of summer, so that's really a disappointment compared to spring, where I felt like the whole split we were just locked in. I think in summer it took us a long time to lock in, and I think G2 was ramping up the whole time, so yeah.
I want to talk about your form as well as a player, because I saw in a recent interview you talked about how you felt that this year was your biggest growth as a player, both mentally and just in game and everything, right? You're going to be returning to Worlds for the first time after 3 years, and obviously even if today is all doom and gloom because it's a defeat, it's still a very good achievement for your career. It's still very exciting times ahead in China for you as well. How do you feel about this event ahead of you? Do you feel like you are going to be able to deliver a good performance there? Is there anything you're already anticipating for that?
I think it just depends on how hard and how well we prepare and work and improve, because we're going to boot camp in China in 2 days. So really the time we use in China will be the most important before Worlds. If it goes good, I see the potential of our team. It's very high. And obviously the downs, like what happened today. So I think it really depends on how we're going to practice in the boot camp. So yeah, I think maybe this loss might be a good thing to motivate us even harder to maybe prep very hard in the Chinese boot camp in the long term if we have a good showing our Worlds. But I mean, yeah.
I want to ask, what do you think is currently the level that MKOI is at, especially going into Worlds, as we are mentioning, going into LCK and LPL teams as well? Do you feel like today was, in a way, like a result that is very different from what you can actually achieve and show? Because obviously we know that from EWC and MSI, you've had a lot of struggles as well, right? So people most likely want better results from MKOI, right? Do you feel ready for this event overall?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think internationals is the most fun thing you can have as a pro player. You're just versing the best teams from every region, all coming to one place to play each other. So it really is a blessing. I think we haven't shown our potential today. Even in MSI, I really think we did not show our potential. So I really don't want it to happen again. So I think everybody will work really hard during the boot camp to put up a best of effort we can, because I don't think anyone's happy with getting 3-0 today and also our international performances. So the bar is still very high and we're not there yet. So
by the way, I just wanted to ask you as well, because this might be like one of the first time as well, like you get to face the LTA, like North America, which I guess now is back to the LCS. I don't know if you saw the announcement even today, but I mean, is it a bit special as well for you to be representing Europe and potentially facing your own region, right?
yeah, I think it'll be really funny. I mean, I really wanted to verse FlyQuest at MSI, but we didn't get to verse them. So yeah, I really want to verse FlyQuest and verse Inspired. I think it'll just be a really fun match, and yeah.
It's funny, I saw a lot of people were talking about how they felt like FlyQuest was the best Western team right now. Do you agree with this, or do you think like maybe G2 or MKOI even could be one of the best still and be able to contend?
Yeah, I think after MSI, when G2 lost 3-0, I think it makes sense people say FlyQuest is the best Western team. To me, I really think they, versing them and playing them even at that time, even though they improved so much, I really think they underperformed very hard on the day. I think they just choked. And FlyQuest did play well. I felt like that's kind of how it went today. We underperformed and they played very well. So I think versing them and watching FlyQuest and scrimming them at MSI, I think us, G2, FlyQuest all can take it on any given day. I don't think there's a gap, to be honest. I just think, whoever's locked in the day, because you saw in MSI, G2 got shit stomped, and then versus EWC, they won. It was like the complete opposite. So the thing is, it just, how you perform on the day is very important. I think the skill ceiling on both teams is even, and then with MKOI, I think we haven't shown our potential at all. I think for sure we should compete with I think we're not even going to aim to compete with the best in the West, but the world. So for sure we should be there.
I saw you talked about like obviously your growth mentally. We already touched about that as well a bit. But I wanted to ask, like, do you feel like this year being away from your home country, obviously, even though I mean technically you're from Canada, right? Like you've been in LA and everything, right? But still, it's a different continent all in all. Do you feel like it helped you grow like as a person, even like beyond League of Legends, in terms of like just adulthood, like and everything, right?
Yeah, I moved away from Canada when I was 16, so I was independent pretty early. But of course, living in LA, which is like pretty close to Toronto, compared to all the way in Europe, is very different. I do think joining Europe, MKOI really took care of me and did a really good job. So I think in winter it was hard to adjust because I just moved and everything. But I think after that it got really easy to adjust to Europe. So I think everything has been going very well.
And would you call 2025, at least by your standards, overall a success despite the loss today? Because you got to win one split, you got to go to Worlds now as the second seed as well. It's not like obviously like run without any mistakes. You've had some setbacks, but I think overall we can say that it's a relatively successful year, especially since, like, for example, I mean, as we said, you've been unable to go to Worlds for some time now, right? So do you personally feel it as a success or not really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's like a complete bummer because we didn't win today, but I'm still not satisfied. The team is still not satisfied. I think Worlds is the most important of the whole year. So I think everybody really wants to prepare for Worlds. So I really can't give an answer right now because, like I said, this loss or the MSI losses can, if it in the long term makes us perform better at Worlds, and I'll take that any given day. So I can't answer until after Worlds.
Fair enough. Well, with that, we do have to close off, but I wanted to ask you, is there anything you want to say to the Movistar KOI fans, especially everyone that ended up coming to the arena, right? They were very loud. It was a very fun time in Madrid for sure. So anything to conclude the interview?
Yeah, I mean, it's very sad we got to play in Madrid, and of course everybody's in our side in Madrid, so I really enjoyed it so much. The fans, the noise, the atmosphere, so I think we all feel very disappointed as a team that not only we lost, but we got swept. So I think we're going to use this, for sure we're going to use this as motivation to improve as hard as we can for Worlds. So.
Awesome. Well, Jojo, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. I wish you obviously some good practice. You're going to be flying to China in like 3 days, as you said, so not much time to rest. But hopefully we get to talk to you again soon in Beijing, and hopefully even in the bracket stage as well over there. So I wish you some good rest in the meantime, good practice, as I already said, and hopefully we get to talk to you again soon.
Thank you.